You guys are in for a treat. This is my mom. Her name is Susie, and we're very, very close. I am really lucky to be an adult with a mom that he can really be friends with throughout my life. Really rare blessing. That's my fun fact. One of the reasons why I'm doing this is with this project, we can share light and put spotlight on things. And my mom is this awesome author, and so she gets to share some of her projects that she's built and books that she's put together with you guys. So you guys get to receive that through the project. So that's also a cool reason to do this. Yeah, meet my mom. Oh, she's also in episode 1. She's in the pilot episode. This is her second time on the show. Susie. Guys, my mom, round 2. Hi.
I'm immediately happy and relaxed.
We both put some makeup on. Such a difference.
I've had such a stressful day, and I didn't think I could do this. So let me tell you, you can go into something like this, stressed and your head in a different place, a million different places. You sit here and you get to talk about what you love, and I'm like, I'm ready.
It's a different energy source.
It is, it just
It's
is.
a different energy source.
So
Kind of like the secret ingredient for what this whole project is about. I'm asking my mom to walk me through. She's an established publisher, author, beautiful writer, and has helped me edit 1,000 papers. And would you give me a quick breakdown of the books that you read?
I will. The first thing I wrote was called The Other Side of the Pulpit. And lots of moms take pictures of their kids as they grow up. I wrote about you kids as you grew up, put it in family newsletters, and then collected all of those stories and turned it basically into a How to Raise Perfect Children book. My son Jacob illustrated it with some wonderful little cartoons throughout. So this is
Jacob's my older brother.
This is my heart in a book. So then I started a romantic comedy series. First one is Cafanova. It's about a woman who restores an inn on the coast of Maine, falls in love with her contractor. So after Cafanova comes the novella You Smiled. That is only available on Kindle.
They're in the same universe.
In the same universe, yeah. Same community
Galaxy.
of people,
Okay.
Exactly. And then that led to the third story, which is Done with Men Forever. She's not. In terms of what I would want to communicate on a serious level to women, this is the book. And so much fun to write. So much fun because Becky's a mess and she's reckless, and I loved writing her.
So it's someone learning
Yep.
to trust again, learning to put weight on a relationship
Yep,
again.
yep,
And
yep,
we
yep.
need that in
After
our
having
society.
made a ton of mistakes that society says are unforgivable,
Yeah.
and we say no, it's forgivable. Everybody gets a fresh start.
Yep.
Okay.
And we're all broken all the time, always.
Exactly.
So do your best. Don't beat yourself up.
And be in community with people,
Yeah.
and maybe there's even love.
Don't live them forever.
This wraps up everybody's stories. It still stands alone, but it really, it's a lot of fun if you've read the other
I haven't
stories.
read this one.
Maybe this weekend. In the middle of that fun writing of my romantic comedy series, I wrote with Jacob, aforementioned artist, this children's book, One More Thing About a Little Boy Who Puts Off Bedtime.
Really sweet. Jacob illustrated it. It is about a boy who really does want to go to bed, but he's just got one more thing that he's got to check off. And the mom loves him so stinking much that she lets him get away with all of the activities before bed.
Exactly. And then, How Will You Change the World? A story that I wrote with Linda LeJeune, illustrated by Jacob, that talks about how we make a difference just by where we live. And so this elephant visits all the 7 continents, meets an animal on every continent, and finds out about how they give back by how they live. And the story is just a very organic message that we can take care of the world, we can take care of each other, just by the way we live.
Yeah. You inspired me
Little thing by little thing.
early with this book. What I'm working on now is trying to answer this question. How will you change the world? It's a great question. Can we tell them a little bit about this next project that we're scheming about?
Yes.
So, the world shut down during COVID 2020. Things got a little stressful. So I came home. I just finished law school stuff.
Right.
And law school stuff. I graduated law school. My little sister Hannah and I were trapped, marooned with my mom and my dad when we thought the world was coming to an end. We had this beautiful season where we were really enjoying talking to each other,
Trying to stay healthy and
trying to stay
in the
healthy,
midst
trying to
of
stay
a lot of
positive. There was a
uncertainty.
lot of craziness. Everyone knows what they were doing during those years.
We've talked about not only surviving COVID, we wanted to thrive in COVID. That's when you
Yeah.
came up with. So thriving was the concept.
Yeah, and we used it a bunch of
Michael
times.
just turned that into
So we-
thrival.
I want to illustrate what we're working on in a story similar to some of the books that you put together. The little guy and the What's Your Light style, that's survival. But this is our guide. Owe it to yourself to fully show up in this life. So this led to the light style thing. We have this little guy with this lightsaber, and we're storyboarding and putting a little project together, and we're going to try to reach a part of the community that really likes little silly, simple narratives, because we lock onto that as a species.
Yes, thrival is going to be a real motivator.
It's gonna be fun. And so Thrival's thing is that he's ready to try every time. And so while I'm gonna be interviewing people and trying new things and doing stuff like cold plunges and things that aren't in my comfort zone or aren't normal for me, it's gonna prove that it's okay to look silly while you're doing something until you get better. That's how you start. It's the first step, is to be okay with looking silly. But each time Sir Thrival meets somebody and connects with somebody, his lightsaber is gonna get a little brighter. And each person that he meets who's followed their passion is going to have their own little light source, and their light source is going to get brighter. And when they meet, the lights turn up a little bit, and we're going to try to make the world a brighter place. And whatever amount of that we succeed in will be a good use of our time and energy. That's mine. So,
You reminded me of a quote I read, and you'll probably have to look up who said this. But you don't have to be awesome to start, but you do have to start to be awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that. Thank you. Love you.
Thank you. There you go.
You don't have to be awesome to start, but you have to start to be awesome. That's the takeaway. That's huge for following your passion. If you don't start, you don't want it enough to start, then you don't expect to be awesome. And that's a hard truth for a lot of people in 2024, because we were all told that we're awesome. And then you go out into the real world and you realize, oh no, not automatically. So you gotta work for it, but if you try, you'll get there.